I wasn't supposed to take that route. Delray was out sick. Torres had a family thing, and I needed the hours, so I said yes before Delia even finished the sentence. 14 stops. South Side Loop. Should have been done by 2 in the morning. I made 13 of them without a problem. The 14th one? I'm still not sure I made it out of. My name is Marcus Delray. I've been driving nights in Chicago for 6 years. I know these streets the way most people know their own living rooms. The potholes, the shortcuts, which blocks go quiet at midnight and which ones never do. I don't spook easy. I don't believe in things I can't put my hands on. But I believe in what happened at 4414 Varnell Street. I believe it completely. Because it happened twice.
The Apex Depot smelled like cardboard and old coffee. It always did. Delia handed me the route sheet without looking up. 14 addresses, all South Side. Standard run. Delray's sick, she said. You know his loop? I know it. Good. 12 to 2. You're clear after that. She turned back to her monitor. I folded the sheet and headed for the dock. I noticed it loading the van. One of the packages, small, brown, no return address, had the label printed twice. Same address, stacked one on top of the other like a copy error. 4414 Varnell Street, Unit 3B. I figured the printer had hiccuped, tossed it in the back, and didn't think about it again. I should have. The first 11 stops were nothing. Doorstep drops, buzzer confirmations, the usual. Stop 12 was a woman in a bathrobe who signed fast and went back to her TV. Stop 13, nobody home. I left it at the door per instructions. Then my GPS said, turn left on Varnell. The block was quiet. Not normal quiet, not just late night quiet. The kind of quiet that feels like the street is holding its breath. 4414 was a 5-story brick building. Looked old. Most of the windows were dark. A couple were boarded. But the third floor, one window, had light in it. Faint, bluish white, like a television with no picture, or nothing at all warming up behind the glass. I checked the package. Unit 3B. I grabbed it, walked to the door. The lobby buzzer panel was there, but half the unit plates were missing. 3B still had its label, small black letters on yellowed plastic. I pressed it, waited. Nothing. Then, click. The lock released. No voice, no intercom crackle, just the door swinging open for me. The lobby smelled like old water and something I couldn't name. Not rot, not mold. Colder than that, like air from a place that hadn't been opened in a long time. The elevator was out of service. A handwritten note taped to the door. Out. No date, no apology. I took the stairs. First floor landing. Quiet. The lights worked. Barely. That buzzing sound fluorescents make when they're about to go. Second floor. One door slightly ajar. I could see nothing through the gap. Just dark. I kept moving. Third floor. I stopped. The hallway was clean. That's what got me. The rest of the building looked like it hadn't been touched in years. Peeling paint, grime on the windows, grime on everything. But the third floor hallway was clean. The floor had been swept. Recently. 3B was the second door on the left. There was no sound from inside. I knocked. The door opened before my knuckles finished the second knock. I stepped back without thinking. Instinct. There was someone standing there. Tall, still, gray shirt. The kind of still that isn't just calm. It's the stillness of something that has been waiting for a very long time. and isn't surprised to see you. I couldn't see the face clearly. The light was wrong. Behind me, not in front. The apartment interior was dark. Not dim. Dark. "Package for 3B, I said. My voice came out flat. Professional. I was proud of that. The hand came out, palm up. Pale. Cold-looking. I held out the scanner for a signature. They signed it. The stylus moved across the screen, slow and precise. I glanced at the signature after. It was a name. Printed, not cursive. 11 letters. I don't write it here. I don't say it. I've decided that. They took the package. The door closed. I stood in that clean hallway for a full 10 seconds before my body remembered how to walk.
I got back to the van, sat in the driver's seat, didn't start the engine. I was trying to work out what felt wrong. Everything was the answer. Everything felt wrong. Tap on the passenger window. I flinched hard, turned. Old man, outside, standing in the rain like it wasn't happening to him. He made a small gesture. Roll it down. I cracked the window 2 inches. "You delivered to that building," he said. Not a question. "Yeah." "3rd floor." I didn't answer. He nodded like I had. "My name is Parrish," he said. "I live across the street. I keep a record." He held up a small dark notebook. "That building burned in 1991. 3 people died. The city condemned it. There are no legal tenants in that structure. There haven't been for 35 years. I looked at the building. The light in the 3rd floor window? It was gone. "Who signs for the packages?" I asked. Parrish put the notebook back in his coat pocket. "That," he said quietly, "is the question." I called Delia. She picked up on the 2nd ring. That was wrong. She never picked up that fast. "You okay?" she said. Not, "How'd the run go?" Not, "You heading back?" She asked if I was okay. "Delia, the last stop, Varnell Street. What do you know about that address?" Silence. 4 seconds. I counted. "It's in the system," she said. "Has been for a while. The building's condemned. It burned in 91. There's no one living there." Another pause. "Marcus? Who put that address in the system?" "I don't know. It was there when I started. 6 years ago. It generates orders. Someone upstream processes them. I route them when they come up." A beat. "I tried to remove it once. System wouldn't let me." I gripped the steering wheel. "How many times has someone delivered there?" I heard her exhale. "You're the 3rd. Where are the other 2? She didn't answer. I already knew she wasn't going to. I don't know why I went back in. I know that sounds insane. Every reasonable part of me said, drive, just drive. But my scanner was gone. I'd left it upstairs, and without it, I couldn't close out the route. And the rational part of my brain, the part that was working very hard to pretend everything was fine, said, go get your scanner. Go get it and go home. The lobby door was unlocked again. I went up. 1st floor. 2nd floor. I was moving fast, not looking at the door that was still slightly open on 2. 3rd floor. The hallway was different. The ceiling light was out. The clean floor, there was water on it now. Standing water in a thin layer, end to end. No source. No leak in the ceiling I could see. My scanner was in front of 3B's door, sitting in the water, perfectly centered, like someone had placed it there. The door to 3B was open. An inch, maybe less. And from inside, that smell again. Cold air, copper, and something new. Something like,
I hit the front door shoulder first and came out into the rain, and I just stood there, breathing. Parrish was still across the street. He hadn't moved. He was writing something in his notebook. I walked over. My shoes were soaked through. I didn't care. "There's water on the third-floor hallway," I said. "No source. And my equipment was moved." He wrote something else. Didn't look up. "It does that," he said. "Does what? Moves things?" "Interacts. Makes contact. In small ways." He finally looked at me. His eyes were calm in a way that didn't feel like peace. It felt like resignation. "The other two drivers, the ones before you, one of them went back up a second time. The other tried to document it. Camera, recorder, the whole thing." "What happened to them?" "The one with the camera, his footage was blank. His memory of the night was blank. He checked himself in somewhere. Last I heard, he's still there." "And the other one?" Parrish closed his notebook. "Still listed as missing." I got back to Depot at 2:15. Delia was still there. She was always still there. I put the route paperwork on the counter. She didn't touch it. "You delivered the package," she said. "I delivered the package. And you came back. Obviously." She looked at me for a long moment, something in her face that I'd never seen before. Not relief, not concern. Something more complicated. Like she'd made a bet she wasn't sure about, and I'd just told her she was right. But she still didn't know if winning was good. "The other two," I said. "Did you know when you sent them?" "No," she said. "Not the first time. By the second." She stopped. I thought maybe it needed someone specific. Someone who wouldn't... She shook her head. "I don't know what I thought." "You thought someone who'd just come back and file the paperwork," I said. She didn't deny it. I picked up my keys, walked to the door. "Marcus." I stopped. "The address will come up again," she said. "Probably in a few weeks. I can't remove it." I left without answering. I didn't know what the answer was. I got home at 3. Couldn't sleep. Put the scanner on the kitchen table and stared at it. At some point, I picked it up, went back through the night's records, checked the signatures. 12 stops had signatures. Normal names, normal handwriting. Stop 14, 4414 Varnell, had the signature. The 11-letter name. I stared at it. Then I noticed stop 13. Stop 13 was the nobody home I'd left on a doorstep. No signature required. I remembered it clearly. But in the scanner, stop 13 had a signature. Same handwriting. Same 11 letters. I sat with that for a long time. Stop 13 had been in a different neighborhood, 3 miles away. I'd been alone on that block. I'd checked both ways out of habit. Nobody there. Whatever signed for the package at 4414 Varnell, it had been on that block too. Before I got to Varnell. It had been with me the whole route. I still work nights. I still drive the south side. Last Thursday, Delia handed me a route sheet. I scanned the addresses the way I always do now, checking the list twice, corner to corner. 4414 Varnell wasn't on it. I almost relaxed. Then I counted the stops. 14 addresses. But when I counted the packages in the back of the van, there were 15.